Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Maybe you need a little caffeine, or maybe the sheer energy of this matchup will keep you wide awake, as we know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Kansas Jayhawks, taking on a team from the Big 10, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Wolverines will kick it away to start. Going for the return. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10. For a productive play on first down. Gonna run it. It's Neal. Runs through the tackle. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running.
Off the boot, looking for his man. The sure hands, it's Neal. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Ball spotted at the 21. It's first down. Looking for a man. It's Daniels. Trying to get to it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
On second down, wants to throw. Oh, so close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Quarterback checking off. They're going to throw it again. Firing to the right, complete. That's where they'll mark him a very productive play and a first down.
You've got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a first down.
He wants to throw. Unloads it left. It's caught downfield. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup. He went for it. He attacked it. Got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
And the Jayhawks getting set on 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Casey. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
Offense in a bunch formation. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. At the 35, he's loose. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
Yeah, and I love the timing around. It's a nice curl route, great throw, and then catch the ball, get north-south, and get some good yards after the catch.
He's looking to throw it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Arnold. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
When you play zone coverage, everybody drops back. Everybody has eyes on the quarterbacks. You're not really looking at the wide receivers a lot of times, so they can slip in those little cracks, and the quarterback can really make precise throws. Great job, great play, great throw, great game.
The Jayhawks have it with a first and goal. He's looking to pass. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. And he scurries out of bounds and wisely avoids taking the big hit.
Man, I love the decision-making right there. Like, drop back to pass, look for your shots. You don't see it, tuck it, get positive yards, makes the next down even easier. That is a great heads-up, early down play for this QB.
The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
They keep pushing forward, down to the 3, but now it's 3rd and goal. Slams it ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rock Chalk.
How impressive has this offense been just hogging the ball? They've just been eating away at the clock. They've been matriculating the football down the field. And here they are scoring a touchdown on their opening possession. The opposing quarterback's like, bro, when am I going to get the ball? When do I get a chance to take the field? That was crazy.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. On first down, here comes this offense. Leaves it with the running back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Kansas 7, Michigan 0.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to pass, it's Orji. Coming after him. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. That's caught. It's Morgan. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Finds him out of the backfield. Oh, it's loose. Oh, looks as if the defense got it.
Yeah, and that is so frustrating because he did the right thing. He got the first down, got past the sticks, but didn't do the most important thing and take care of the football, and that goes right back now to the defense.
And a great job, David, by the defense not quitting on the play, right? Of course, they saw him getting the first down, but they were still pursuing. They still got hats to the ball. They were able to rip it away, and that is a huge game-changing, momentum-changing type play now.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow.
Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Chalk Jayhawk. And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. They're just about ready to kick it away. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
To the air on first down. Pocket starts to collapse. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
I don't bring more speed on the field if I don't think it's a pass, right? If I think they're going to line up and hit me in the mouth, I'm going to bring more big guys. They brought more speed on the field. They went nickel. They knew it was a passing situation. They told those pass rushers to hunt, those DBs to cover. The defense was ready for that.
Tremendous awareness along the sideline and the ability to get the foot down for the big pickup. Making great decisions. That's what all of the legendary Michigan quarterbacks have done. John Navarre, Elvis Gerbach, and the guy can't remember drafted in the 6th round by the Patriots.
Yeah, that guy, what was his name? Tom Brady? Yeah, I think that's his name. Yeah, he was pretty good too. But when you think about Michigan, you don't always think about the quarterbacks, and you don't always think about airing it out. But again, if you want to be a great college football team nowadays, you better be able to throw that pigskin.
They'll go to the ground. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Orji. Floating away. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Man, I don't know if you want that guy outside the pocket very often because he's so fast and he can do some damage, but they did a nice job containing him. Once he left the pocket, they were ready for it, came to him, he tried to throw the football. Nice hit on the quarterback as he's throwing to force a bad pass.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Michigan.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Wilson. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Hoping to find one that works this time on second down from the 7. Back to pass, it's Daniels. Looking left. Got his man. Love what they did there, putting the big fella in the slot, letting him use his ability to get downfield and create some space and find the soft spot in the zone.
No doubt. You got the big fella in the slot, so you get your matchup. You know it's zone coverage. You know you can put it up out there, let him go make a play. That is a recipe for success, finding that matchup and exploiting it.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Off the play fake on first down to throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
And after the incompletion on first down, this offense looking at second down. He wants to throw it. It's complete on the right side. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. And the Jayhawks in the hurry up. They'll run play action. Buys a little time with his feet. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be second down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Let's see if they go back to the air after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 48. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. The short hands. It's Skinner. On the nasty move, and now he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call.
Timeout, Kansas.
The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. Throwing right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
We know this guy's a weapon, not just taking handoffs, but he can catch the ball too. That play, not so much. Got to do a better job reeling it in.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking for the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. And it's third down, but they're going to go ahead and try the field goal and try to get points before the break. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And that is no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Defense backing up, trying to keep everything in front. Comes out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Jayhawks will kick it off to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. Here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think then if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
On the run, it's Edwards. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
Just when they're looking run, now up top. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And whatever they did on 1st and 2nd down, don't do that anymore. 3rd and very long coming up. Back to throw, it's Warren. Getting some heat. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, it's out. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a high level.
Now what they had in mind to start this drive, here comes 2nd and 13. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
This is exactly why 3rd down is practiced every single day. 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. It's money down for a reason. You got to lock in. Great success by the offense so far on 3rd down.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary, guys that can win one-on-one, and guys that change and force your game plan to have to adapt for them. You need to double team these guys if you want to have any chance. This is that type of player. He's got so much ability.
Across the 25. Into the house. Touchdown, Kansas! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job, you got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. On the ground, it's Edwards. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Kansas 21, Michigan 7.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. To the air, it's Orji. They're bringing heat. Got a wide open receiver. Touchdown Wolverines. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver, who can design ways to get the football in his hand? Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
It definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Quick with the spin move. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Trying to find his man on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast, force the incompletion.
Line getting set on second down. Handoff from the gun. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Dude, you're in such a great position. You got the lead. Clock's winding down. I got to put some drives together. The last thing I can do is give the ball back to the other team. Horrible fumble. Big-time costly mistake.
Scanning the field, it's Orji. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Defense in press coverage. They'll throw it on first down. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And he'll just get rid of that one.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Second and 10 after the previous play. He's looking to throw. Makes the pass. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
The Kansas offense returns to the field. This time they need to take care of the ball and maybe extend this lead, David.
And I think you got to look at the positive reason. You still got the lead. Now take care of the football, put a nice drive together, Jesse. You don't have to stress. We're still winning.
I feel like they think that player for player, they're the better unit on the field right now. They just got to make more plays.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. The give out of the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is a big 3rd down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. Looking downfield, it's Daniels. It's complete to the left. They'll pick up the 1st down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
The Jayhawks will line it up on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They move the tight end all over. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Running back searching for a hole. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and really good 3rd down situational defense. You know it's 3rd and long. You know the pass play's coming. Defense was ready. Nice job forcing the 4th down.
So how good you feeling right now if you're on offense in this situation? You want to just play conservative? You want to punt it over and let your defense finish out the game? Or do you trust your quarterback to go make a play and win the game right now?
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back. And the Jayhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Let's see what he can do with it. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's going to get loose. He just about took that one all the way to the house. They finally get him down after a tremendous return. A great spot to start this drive for the offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. The Wolverines look to do some damage in the red zone. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He got it. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To the air, it's Orji. Pressure coming. And down he goes. Had a chance to pull one out of the fire, and the defense slammed the brakes on it, and that's going to do it. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays, Guys delivered, and they get the close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David. Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the SMU Mustangs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. First down here for the offense. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Looking to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Then the short completion brings up second down. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Quickly complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
I like the running back there on the route, the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now improvising. Slips it. He had a chance to get rid of it and avoid the loss. Instead, the defense pushes him out of bounds for the loss.
Okay, so the QB scrambled, went out of bounds. It counts as a sack because it's a loss on the play. You know what I did as a defensive lineman, guys? I chased him and tried to be the first one and the closest one near him. Because guess who gets the sack? Yep, that guy.
Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that's why play action is going to be big in this game. You saw how it just frees the second level of that defense just for a second and allowed the tight end to work himself vertically down the field. But how about this guy after the catch, right? So hard to bring down. What a weapon.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run. The Mustangs get enough for the first down.
How about that call? You're right around midfield, 4th down on your opening drive, so you run the football and you put your trust and confidence in your offensive line up front to get it done and keep your offense on the field. That is impressive.
Now adjusting. He'll fire to his right. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
In football, you hear the term quit but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs and QBs, you want to make that decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much, got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. They'd hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
I love the 3rd down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Got his man downfield. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down.
I like this tight end. He does a really nice job on his route run. He's been beating man coverage. He can find the soft spots and zones. You got to get him involved.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Finds his tight end. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
They'll ride the hot hand. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick pass on the fly motion. And that ball is live in the backfield. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery.
The end of the first quarter with the game scoreless.
First down to start the drive after the break. Dropping back, it's Jennings. He finds his man. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. That completion delivers a first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And the Mustangs moving quickly to the line. On 4th down, going to the air. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on down.
Man, that is just a great job on defense there on 4th down, making a play on the ball in the air. Everybody had their eyes on the quarterback, but having great timing, swatting the ball away and doing it cleanly. No PI. As a result, that defense has earned a rest. They're coming off the field.
Trying to escape and get it himself. The last thing you need is this guy getting knocked around. Wisely avoids the hit with a slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Dropping back, it's Sellers. The throw. Zings it complete to the right. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
And they'll come to the line just needing a few chain links for a first down. Gonna run it. It's Sanders. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Let's go. When you see snot bubbles coming out of the offensive player, you know it was a good lick. The Mike linebacker sits right in the middle of the field, ready to roll, ready to lay the hammer.
Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. They're trying to get to it. Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
And the defense brought the blitz on third down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
Wants to throw on first down. Trying to make magic with his feet. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
Yeah, I think you're just seeing the experience this guy has, right? He's so poised that initially he's flushed out of the pocket, nothing's open, and he doesn't panic. He's not throwing it away. He's not sliding early. He just knows where the defense isn't. He's able to attack that space with his speed and get a positive play.
And the Gamecocks will snap it on first and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. He'll take a shot. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecock.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they closed the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be
Off he goes. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. That's the type of explosive play you love to start a drive with. First down from the 42. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The Mustangs want to pick up the tempo. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Dropping back, it's Jennings. Throws to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Buys a little time. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The play action fake. Makes the grab on the shuffle. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Didn't get much, picked up a yard, and that will leave them with 4th and 2. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Mustangs! Getting set for the point after. Hit that one with some aggression for the point after. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. He'll bring it out. It's Harbor. Coverage team there to make the stop. They avoid disaster, and that's the end of the first half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. And the Mustangs will line up to kick off and start the second half. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
They'll try to run for it. At the 45 on its way. Nothing but green ahead. The 10. Touchdown, South Carolina. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
And I am a great play caller when I can hand it to guys like that. And he can go that far to the house, create big plays, showed you a little bit of vision, showed you a little bit of burners. When he kicked it in gear, he got the long touchdown.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he knows how to finish in style, a 66-yarder to the house. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Smith. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Off play action on first down. Got his man on the right. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route. Understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Quarterback all over the place trying to make a play, but eventually down.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Quarterback checking the play. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. He'll take a deep shot here. Fires it into traffic and is picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. From the gun, the ground game. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. A third down try for the offense. They'll try to get it through the air. Quick completion on the out. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. With the catch, it's Harbor. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Game 2 brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, South Carolina 14, SMU 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Lets it fly. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
Well, the defense is going to have to find an answer for this tight end down in the end zone. You cannot allow that guy that much space.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the finisher, an 18-yard touchdown throw. Fielded in the end zone. It's Smith. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
First and 10.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after a pick.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He wants to pass it on second down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Going to throw it to the right. He's got his man. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, does he turn that loose down the middle. Got it in stride inside the 20. Touchdown, SMU. And once he got loose, it was all over. Oh, Uncle Mo has changed sidelines.
Look out, brother. Here's what happens, right? Something happens, get you close in the ball game. The defense needs to come out here, get a stop, get that ball back to the offense. Oh, Uncle Mo on your side.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Kickoff team is on the field. They'll try to drive this one deep. Fair catch, called for and made. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the fourth quarter.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Simon. Oh, look out, there he goes. Running inside the 20. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Well, you know, this guy's a huge weapon catching the football, and David, he's difficult to bring down. What an athlete with his size and speed.
Dude, it's stupid. You want me to play defense now against all these guys and all this speed and skill all over the yard, and then you got a tight end like this who can not only catch it with his big frame and his big body, but do that after the catch. It's just so hard to play defense nowadays.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Smith. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17.
Will take over 1st and 10.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. He'll come out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be 2nd and just a few breaths away from the first down.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up at this point of the game. Obviously, things happen.
And the pressure was too much. They get it at the 15.
Well, the problem for this offense now late in the game, trailing by a bunch of points, is that the defense knows they're going to throw the football. And right now, offensively, they cannot protect the edge. You saw the speed coming from the outside. He was able to get to the quarterback for another negative play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Still looking on the move. Throws it back across his body, and what do you think happened? Intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly, but they're set up now at the 21-yard line.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. You got to believe they just want to run it, take care of the football, and keep that clock moving on 2nd and 9. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Trying to get to him. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back, he's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick them up and put them down, and I'm faster than most of your other.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After that disastrous first down, they're way back on 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, South Carolina. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one.
We'll take over 1st and 10.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level than next time.
Incomplete. He had it right in his hands for the pick, and I believe he might have been thinking about those big plays he's known for. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Right down the middle. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Jennings. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. This offense believes you are given 4 downs for a reason. You've got to use all of them. 2 for 3 so far today. Fires to the right. Finds his man enough for the first. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Quarterback will audible. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Trying play action. Keeps looking downfield. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Looking to pass on second down. Throws toward the end zone. It's complete. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
And a nice touch. Fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
And this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
I think it's really hard as a quarterback to know when to put a touch on the ball, when to throw that thing as hard as you possibly can. And right there, I don't think he needed to throw it that hard. I think he could have softened that up a little bit because he had a chance to hit the guy deep for a big play.
Gonna let it fly. He's got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you can get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. The Gamecocks racing to the line in the hurry up. Floats it out in space. Takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns. A 21-point cushion in the fourth. The kickoff team out there getting set. He'll bring it out. It's Smith. Bust through behind his pad. He gets it across the 25 to the 27 after bringing it out of the end zone.
First and 10.
The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. That's caught. It's Smith. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better.